Hey everybody, Stephen Shank with PhoneArena here, bringing you a look at what it's going to be like to bring home one of Google's hot new smartphones, the Pixel 2 or Pixel 2 XL, with an unboxing of both of these devices. As you can see, despite the Pixel 2 being a 5-incher and the Pixel 2 XL being a 6-inch ultra-widescreen phone, we're going with the same size packaging here, so make sure you look twice and make sure you have the right phone. The design of these two is very similar but slightly different. You can already tell, not even looking at the front, just the different flash placement on the back, just where the camera is in relation to the rest of the components in the rear of the phone. Gives you a clue which device you're looking at. Let's take a quick look at the box here, have a profile view of the phone. Not really a lot going on here, no like spec breakdown or anything, but that's fine. Google likes this minimalist design, so be it. Let's pop this open. If I can slide the top off this, it's a little bit stiff. I don't want to accidentally dump the phone out inadvertently, so here we go. Right there we have our 5-inch Pixel 2. And just for the sake of comparison, I have last year's original Pixel. You can see a lot of similarities in terms of design. Yeah, the fingerprint sensor has slid around a little. It's a little bit smaller this year, a lot less glass on the back. But still, you can tell these phones are pretty clearly come from the same lineage. Let's get this protective plastic off so we can check out the hardware itself. Oh, and there we go. So this is, if you haven't felt one of these in a store or something, it's really impressive, this back material. Now, I know that this is aluminum. The phone's still made from aluminum and glass, but it does not feel like any aluminum I've ever touched. It almost has like, you can sort of hear as I'm scratching it, kind of like a chalkboard-like texture almost, a very matte finish. It seems almost plasticky, or I think ceramic is a word I've used a lot to describe this, and it's just unlike pretty much any other phone you're going to be experienced with. And for Google, that can be a good thing. It really stands out. It also feels super lightweight. It's a little off-put. It can make you feel like this is plastic. This is not. This is a very robust handset here. Around front, we got the stereo speakers, which we did not have last year. It's a nice upgrade. And of course, the 5-inch standard 16:9 aspect ratio screen. Already I'm getting this super fingerprinty. Let's go ahead and power this guy on. Now I'll start checking out what's in the rest of the box. Okay. Welcome to Team Pixel. We have our paperwork in here. You've got our SIM tool, which you may not need. This is a good point to mention. In the box this shipped in, but not in the box of the phone itself, I got a little notice here about Project Fi. So as you may be aware, the Pixel 2 phones are some of the first to offer an eSIM. This is an integrated SIM card built in. You never have to remove it. It's just baked onto the motherboard there. If you don't want to use it, no problem. But you can always pop in a SIM of your choice. But if you do want to use Project Fi, you don't have to get a SIM at all. You just activate the phone and it is good to go. So that choice is totally up to you. Of course, Google telling us about getting started, activation, whether you want to use the SIM or not, standard, safety guide, and that is it. All right. We have our, let's see, USB Type-C to standard A adapter. All right, and a USB C to C cable. Yeah, one of the things I really liked about the original Pixel was that Google was going all in on USB Type-C. You didn't have C to standard A cables because the charger last year, and I think this year, yeah, the charger is USB Type-C right on it. You are not going to see that on a lot of devices. So it's interesting to see Google leading the way here. And actually, we will see more things like this as we go on a little bit. But last year, we got more cables. We had the USB Type-C to C. We also had a C to standard A for getting your files off an old phone onto the new one. I guess instead this year, you can use the cable that came with your existing phone and just use this adapter to interface it with the Pixel. Let me get this out of the way. Trying to keep this nice and tidy. And sadly, and this is going to be a point of contention for a lot of people, no headphone jack this time around. Not up top, not on the bottom. Instead, we have our USB Type-C adapter. That's going to cause some problems if you have old headphones and you're constantly losing things. This may slip out of your grip occasionally. You can get a replacement. I know Google just lowered the price on those. But this is something you definitely want to be aware of if you're a big audio fan. Some people might appreciate this because it gets the DAC off the phone. You avoid some interference, but that is a story for another time. Let's check out the actual phone here. Yeah, see, it's reminding us about Project Fi. how we can use that for an eSIM if we want to. Let's go ahead and get Wi-Fi set up here right quick. Okay, we've got Wi-Fi configured. While the phone's checking for updates, let's dive into the Pixel 2 XL for a taste of something slightly different. You can see from the back the phone looks a lot like a bigger version of the 2, but difference is, I'll start popping up around front. We have this much wider screen, which we'll see when we power this on. If I should do that right now. And yeah, huge difference in screen. If anything, this looks a lot like, and because we know this is manufactured with LG's help, this screen looks a lot like. Here we have the screen on the V30. Same size, same resolution, got those same rounded corners. See, the shape of the phone is different. The Pixel 2 XL is going to be taller, and it looks like it's hard to say because we have this chrome around the edges here. It looks like the screen doesn't, the bezels are a little bit larger on the 2 XL. But we're not going to spend too much time looking at that comparison now. Oh, one other comparison I wanted to do before moving on. Last year's Pixel XL. See, here there's a little bit more pronounced difference between the phones than we saw with the Pixel 2. Just because the shape of this guy, it's going to be taller, not quite, it comes in just about as wide, but it's a lot taller as a result of the new screen shape. And again, the same differences with less glass on the back, repositioned fingerprint scanner slightly, and of course very different camera hardware. It was flush last year. We have a bump this year, but it's not too objectionable. Okay, let's take a look at the box of this guy. There shouldn't be any real differences compared to the Pixel 2. Sure enough, more, yeah, introductory guide, exactly the same as on the Pixel 2. And yeah, we have the same adapter, same selection of cables, same power. So either phone, no matter which you pick up, you're gonna get the same sort of cables, same accessories. No headphones with either. You do have the headphone adapter for plugging into your existing analog phones. If you wanna pick up a USB Type-C headphones, more power to you, but they're not gonna come with them. I'm gonna go ahead and show you some more of the setup on here with the Pixel 2. Should be the exact same thing in the XL, that give you that nice bigger screen, which has been causing some problems. You've probably heard a lot of good things about the Pixel 2 phones. There have been a lot of complaints as well. Issues with screen quality on the 2 XL, probably being the bigger ones. Also a clicking noise coming from the smaller Pixel. Okay, one new feature that we get on both the Pixel phones this year is Active Edge. This is going to sound a lot like Edge Sense on the HTC U11. Not surprising, HTC made the smaller Pixel 2 that we get some of the same functionality here. And this lets you call up the Google Assistant by giving the sides of the phone a squeeze. You don't have to press any buttons or anything. Let's go ahead and test this. You can feel the phone having a taptic response. Feels like an on-screen button press. You can adjust the sensitivity. Even light squeeze, you have to give it quite a bit of pressure because you don't feel the phone deform or anything. So it has to get hard enough to know you're doing it. Anyway, you can adjust that to your preferences. Squeeze to activate the assistant, squeeze to answer or to silence a phone call, and you can have access to this when the screen is on or off. All right, this has been a quick unboxing of the Pixel 2 and Pixel 2 XL. For a full rundown on both these phones, you should check out my full review of the Pixel 2 and Pixel 2 XL. For now, I'm Steven Shank with PhoneArena. Thanks for watching, and subscribe so you don't miss any more unboxings.